so get yourself into a comfortable cross-legged seated position for you, and put yourself up on a cushion if that's going to feel better for you as well. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening if you're watching the recording. We are on to day 2. So day 2 is all about circadian rhythm, which is the L in my, L for light in my aligned protocol. And circadian rhythm is not something you hear a lot about when we talk about fertility. I'm hearing it more and more because people are starting to realise that circadian rhythm and light is another foundation of health in general, but especially fertility, because all your hormones, all your glands that we went over yesterday, they all work on a 24-hour circadian rhythm, and how they get their signal to start producing hormones is light. So your brain needs light for it to be able to tell what time of day it is, and then to start doing all its different processes that it needs to produce your hormones. So light is something that is non-negotiable as well when it comes to fertility, and I'll go over more on that in the mini masterclass. But because we're in winter, I am a very big advocate of seasonal foods and adjusting your routine for seasonal living as well. So because we're in winter, vitamin D is gone. And if you're in the UK, vitamin D is gone. There's no vitamin D from light at all because that UVB light has disappeared. So we're in a bit of a vitamin D winter. So it then becomes important to maybe supplement. I always suggest to maybe test, it's not that expensive, test your vitamin D levels, see where they're at, and supplement according to that. And also, vitamin D, summertime, you need to be out getting your vitamin D, but then in the winter time, melatonin takes over, and melatonin is your sleep hormone, but actually melatonin is way more than just for sleep. It is one of your master antioxidants in your body. So for fertility, melatonin is super important for egg quality. So in wintertime, it should be all about dialing in your routine to make the most of melatonin. And that is all about embracing the darkness and limiting blue light as much as you can. So I'm not going to go into that. I'll let you watch the masterclass, but we want to embrace the darkness, and we want to have a nice routine that's going to cultivate lots of melatonin release for good sleep, but also for your antioxidants for your egg quality as well. So today I'm going to do a little winter yoga routine. And in winter, it's all about drawing inwards, darkness, grounding. So we're going to do a lot of forward folds today. So let's get started because we've not got a lot of time. So sit your spine up nice and tall, relax your shoulders, and I invite you to close your eyes here if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, just gaze gently at the floor. So close your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just let yourself just arrive in the darkness with your eyes closed, arriving in your practice and in your body. And we're going to take 3 big cleansing breaths together. So keeping your eyes closed, take a nice big inhale through the nose and sigh out the mouth. Letting your body relax as you do so. Again, deep breath in, big sigh out the mouth. Last one, big breath in, and then let it all go with a, and then just feel your body relax even more. And as you breathe, just notice any areas of tension and just allow the breath to soften that part of your body. And let's just do 3 rounds of that breath that we did yesterday. So on your next inhale, I just want you to inhale for 3, 2, 1, pause, 2, 3, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 3, pause for 3, exhale for 5. Last one, inhale for 3, pause for 3, exhale for 5. And then just drop that breathing and just return to a breath that feels natural. And then just opening your eyes if you haven't already done so. And we're just going to bring some movement into the spine. So as you inhale, I just want you to open the chest and gently look up. And as you exhale, round your back and put your chin into your chest. So inhale, chest opens, and then a gentle look up. And then exhale, round the back. Really see if you can feel that stretch in the upper back as you come back. So inhaling as you open the heart. And exhaling as you open the back of the heart. So keep doing that. It's like cat-cow, but seated, a seated cat-cow with your own breath. So inhaling, collarbones widen, and exhale, your shoulder blades widen at the back. So even close your eyes and do a few on your own. And do one more. And then come back to centre. And take your right leg off to the side, and your left foot is going to be in against your inner thigh. And just place your hand somewhere on that right leg, and we're just going to inhale over, big side body stretch, and then exhale, come back up. So inhale takes you into the side stretch, and exhale brings you back up. One more inhale, and exhale. And this time, inhale and pause and just hold here. So just let your shoulders and your jaw and your neck relax. See if you can open the chest a little bit to the ceiling, just to feel that nice big stretch down the left rib cage. And breathe. 3 big breaths here. Just really see if you can feel that side rib cage expand as you breathe. Last breath. And then just twirl the wrist as you come back up to centre. And let's inhale, lengthen the spine up towards the sky, and then exhale, you're just going to twist over to the left. So just twisting over that bent knee, looking over that left shoulder. You can use the fingertips at the back to just make sure your spine is nice and tall here. And again, a couple of nice big breaths here. Last breath. And then gently come back to centre. And this time you're just going to shift and look towards that right foot. So it's just a little gentle twist, looking towards the right foot, just the tips of the fingers either side of that foot. And again, we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale it down. So we'll wave up and down. Inhale, just wave the spine up, and exhale, wave it down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Last little wave of your breath. And then you're just going to hold and pause. So I just want you to hang here. So palms face up on the floor. And then I just want you to hang. Have your foot, everything relaxed. And you're just hanging over your foot like a rag doll. So chin is against the chest. Head is heavy. Nice deep breaths here. And it does not matter how far you come down. You're just hanging and letting gravity do the work for you by just loosening those muscles and melting you down a bit more towards the floor as you breathe. Nice deep breaths as you just fold forward. One more breath. Flip the palms back over and then just walk yourself back up. And then we're just going to take your feet into a butterfly shape. So both feet, soles of the feet are together now. And your knees are wide. And take your fingertips onto the back, behind your back, and then just open your chest. So we're just going to open the chest just to counter stretch that forward fold. Just opening the chest, stretching across the collarbones, the front of the heart. Breathe into the front of the heart. And then we're going to fold forward. So then I just want you to fold forward. And your hands can be placed wherever. I like to grab my feet, but you can grab your ankles. They can be wherever feels comfortable. And again, you're just going to round the back. Get your head heavy, chin to chest. And let your knees be heavy. And then I just want you to gently sway from side to side. So we'll just bring a little bit of gentle movement. So it's a very gentle sway from side to side. Just breathing in your fold. One more breath. And then gently coming on up. Nice and slowly. And we'll do that to the other side. So taking the right leg out, left foot against the inner thigh, placing your hand somewhere on that left leg, and we're going to inhale, reach up and over to the left, and then exhale, coming up. Inhale, side stretch, and exhale, center. Last one, inhale, and exhale, and this time inhale, and then pause, and hold here in this side stretch, and again, find a place that's comfortable for your head and your neck. See if you can open your chest just a little bit more to the ceiling and breathe into that right rib cage. Really feel it expanding as you breathe. Couple more breaths here. Last one. And again, twirl your wrist and bring yourself back up as you twirl your wrist down towards the floor. Nice, and then we're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twisting over to the right this time. So just looking over that right shoulder, spine is tall, and breathe naturally in your twist. Couple more breaths here. Last one. And gently come, and then we're looking towards that foot now. Fingertips on either side of your left leg. We're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. So waving the spine up and down. Inhale, waves the spine up, and exhale, waves it back down. Inhale, exhale, one more wave. Inhale and exhale before we settle into that fold. Letting the head be heavy, and then palms face up, and then just let it all go. Let your leg relax, let your whole body relax, let your neck be heavy. So we're just surrendering into gravity here, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable, surrendering into stillness, into darkness, and just breathe. And if any tension creeps in anywhere, just let that tension relax with the breath. And then flip the palms back and just walk yourself back up. And then we're going to bring both legs out in front of us now. So both legs out in front, and your knees can be bent here. Because this stretch is more about the back of the body than you'll feel it in your hamstrings, but it's more about the back of the body. So it's absolutely fine to have the knees bent. And again, we're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. So inhale brings, waves the spine back up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale. So we're just waving up and down, getting those hamstrings prepared for the fold. One more wave, inhale, and then we're just going to come right over. And again, palms can be face up or down, wherever feels comfortable. If you can grab your toes, fine, but here we're not forcing ourselves into the stretch. We're literally just surrendering into gravity here. So we're just wanting to hang. So you're not trying not to force yourself forward. You're literally hanging. And if you can't get down that far, it doesn't matter. We're just allowing our body to melt with the gravity, melt towards the floor. So again, let the head be heavy. Closing your eyes if that feels comfortable. And I want you to just notice where you feel it in your body. If you're doing this in the morning time, like me, you will maybe just feel it more in your back, your upper back, your low back, because that all gets very stiff. And if you're doing it in the evening again, you might feel it in the upper back if you've been sitting at a desk all day. Maybe you feel it a little bit in the hamstrings. Just notice where you feel the stretch. And breathe into that sensation. And these forward folds are very introspective. So it's like you're drawn inwards into your inner world, into that inner winter. One more breath here. And then gently start to slowly uncurl yourself back up to seated. And let's cross the legs again and see if, can you remember what leg you had in front, and see if you can switch the opposite leg in front. Doesn't matter if you can't remember, just guess. Try and see if you can put the opposite leg in front this time. I'm going to do nice big circles again, just to flex that spine again. So inhale as you come forward and exhale as you come back. We're making a nice big circle with the rib cage. So the bottom of your body is not moving, it is all in the rib cage. So it's like your spine is a ladle and your pelvis is a bowl, and you're scraping round the side of the bowl with your ladle. Inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you go back. And again, I invite you to close your eyes again and really feel the breath, feel the movement. Think of it like a moving meditation where you're finding your own rhythm with your own breath. Trying to slow it down. Couple more circles. And then come back to centre just for a second, and then we'll go the other way. So inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you move back. And again, closing the eyes if that feels okay, and just drawing inwards and just going with the breath and the movement. Couple more circles here. We're working into the spine, into the hips. And then come back to centre and just pause just for a second. Just noticing what you notice, how you feel. And then we're gently going to come onto our hands and our knees. So just coming onto your hands and your knees, just making sure your knees are below your hips and your wrists are below your shoulders. We're just going to do a few cat-cows again, just to work into that spine. So inhale, belly drops, collarbones widen, and gently look up, and exhale, push into the earth, round your back, and then chin into chest. So inhale, belly drops, chest opens, then chin. And exhale, push into the earth, round your back, and then look towards your belly. So do that a few more times on your breath, inhaling as you look up, and exhaling as you round the back. One more, inhale, and exhale. And then come back to centre. Then we're going to widen our knees, big toes touch, sit back on your bum, and we're just going to make this more of a restorative child's pose. So just make a little shelf with your hands, and then you're just going to rest your forehead on top of your hands into a nice restorative style child's pose. So in this child's pose, I want you to really breathe into the back of the body. Feel your ribcage expand in every direction. And I even want you to repeat in your minds a few times, I am safe, I am grounded. I am safe, I am grounded. Just repeat that a few times, a little mantra. And then just let that mantra go and just melt into the floor even more. One more breath. And then gently bring yourself up. And then come to a comfortable seated position once again. We'll just do a final neck stretch before we go into our final meditation. So just drop right ear to right shoulder. And then come on up and drop left ear to left shoulder. And come on up. And I just want you to look up towards the ceiling and then down towards the floor. So do that again, inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you look down. And then inhale as you just come back to centre. Nice, let's go into our final meditation. So we just want you to take your hands over your womb space. So thumb and index fingers are touching. So you're kind of like making a triangle, a downward facing triangle over your womb space. And sit your spine tall, relax your shoulders, and again invite you to close your eyes here. Close your eyes, drawing into your inner darkness. Start to feel your belly rising and falling below your fingertips and below those hands on the low belly. So really tune into the rising and falling of your belly as you breathe. And I want you to imagine as you breathe, it's like a little candle light in your womb space. So just sense, visualise, see a little golden yellow light behind where your hands are on your belly, just glowing in the darkness. And this light feels calming and soothing and comforting in the darkness. And you might even feel a little bit of heat coming from this light that just allows your shoulders to relax even more, and any area of tension just to melt away. As you just focus on this light in the womb, flickering, sparkling, soothing. And just hold that for a few more breaths. Allowing the light to go to wherever it needs to go to in your body. Bringing warmth and healing. And you can gently drop that visualization. Just allow your chin to dip towards your chest. And open your eyes if you haven't already done so. And then we can just gently bring the head up. Bring your hands into prayer position. And just thank yourself for coming to the practice or making time to do this practice. And I will see you tomorrow.